Our Lady of Guadalupe is the patroness of the Americas. I mean, Our Lady came here to instruct us, strengthen us, evangelize us, and to prepare us for what we face now. This is particularly United States and perhaps Canada. But the natural treasures that God had hidden in this country, the thousands of miles of forest, all the coal, the oil, the gold, the silver in the land. And the church came. Imperfectly, but that's the way we always come. And this feast is to rededicate, to re-entrust ourselves to the Mother of God. It takes some time and some experience before we begin to realize her power, who she really is. And that's why I selected, we had a choice of readings today, and I took this one from the book of Revelation to try to explain a bit of this text shows us the incredible depth and complexity of the war between good and evil, summed up in Mary, that is, the church. The earliest saints and mystics who commented on this passage said it was about the church. And then people began to realize that it was more than the church. It was Mary, who is the summation of the church, and had her own battle with Satan. As I was thinking about this text this morning, I was trying to think, what is this like? It's like a collage, if that's the right word. Somebody has a birthday, and you have all these different pictures of them, all different, all cockeyed, straight, old, new. They're all there. And they give a total impression of the person. Well, this is like a collage. I mean, there are so many things. There are things in this text that echo some of the oldest and most profound myths of the human race, particularly those in the Middle East, caught up to serve an understanding of the war between good and evil that still goes on until the Lord comes back, though the victory is assured. This is chapter 12, you see. God's temple in heaven was opened. And the Ark of his covenant could be seen in the temple. The Ark, you see. The covenant. The unbreakable commitment of God to his people. And then a great sign appeared. Now remember how Our Lady of Guadalupe is clothed. Huh? A woman clothed with the sun, with the moon under her feet, and on her head a crown of 12 stars. Who can this be? Clothed with the sun, the source of all the energy in this world, our little world. All the food we eat that gives us energy, the energy comes from the sun. All the cars we drive are from gas, and the gas and the energy comes from the sun. She's clothed with the sun. Who is she? Yes, she's Mary. This is the way she came at Guadalupe. It's the church. I've tried to explain before, and it would take, I think this image of collage might help. First time in my life I got it was this morning. I was trying to think, because I've in my life I've had to study, for instance, this thing. We don't have it today, but you know where the earth opens up and swallows the water that the dragon spews out to try to drown the woman and her child, the church, you know? That image is in an old Ugaritic myth that I studied years ago. In other words, some of the deep primal myths of humanity are taken up in this text, sanctified, and used to mediate something. I tell you, my friends, it would take us to try to get the picture of the depth of the struggle between good and evil, and where we would be without Mary, who is the general of an army of light. Satan hates her. A, because she's flesh and blood, and he's spirit, and she's greater than he is. Also, because she gave birth to the Savior of the human race. And he hates us because we're the image of God. He can't get God, but he can get us. And she is the protectress. That's why we're all urged to consecrate or entrust ourselves to Mary. Because there's a battle, folks. Now, when I was young, I was. The idea, you know, you grew up, you were going to marry Susie down the street, get a job in the 5 and 10 or whatever, you know, and live happily ever after. And, hey, under that lay all this war, already consecrated by the martyrs in this country. And so it's not by accident that Our Lady of Guadalupe comes with some of this symbol to tell us, look, I'm here because there is going to be a war. And you don't have to worry about it. I am here, clothed with the sun, the moon under her feet. Everybody knows the moon's got power, right? The tides of the sea, women's bodies. You know, the moon under her feet. You see. And on her head a crown of 12 stars. 12, why 12? The 12 tribes now caught up into the 12 apostles. The new patriarchs, the 12 apostles. She was with child and wailed aloud in pain as she labored to give birth. Now, what are we going to do about this one? Our Lady didn't labor in pain when she gave birth to Christ in Bethlehem. But when she gave birth to the whole Christ at the cross, she was laboring in pain.